such thing as right or wrong. Only, to me, harmful or beneficial. Now there's a big difference between right and wrong and harmful and beneficial. Okay? For example, this lady here is pregnant. It would be beneficial for her to sit down. But it will also be wrong for her to sit down all the time. Isn't it? Right? Because as a pregnant lady, you will need to walk around and exercise so that when you give birth, it will be easy. Do you know that? Okay. So, you have an easy delivery, and therefore, less trauma for mother, less trauma for the child. Because why? When a mother is having a traumatic experience in giving birth, all those bad chemicals go to the baby. Okay? So, nowadays, everybody go for epidural. Then the mother suffers after that, but I'm not going to talk about the childbirth. I'm not here to talk about that. So, we are here. I'm very, very bad, because I'm always guilty about saying something and I go beat around the bush. Past life, I was Red Indian. So I run around the bush, And then after being Red Indian, I end up being Indian, so I dance around the tree. So later I became a Tibetan and I ran around the palace, ran around the house. Now, I still do run around the house, not naked. So when you are not affected by the notion of what is right and what is wrong, your mind becomes relaxed and your mind becomes open. Why I'm asking you to do the breathing exercises? Afterwards, I will teach you a short meditation. Okay, where this meditation is the method is to keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes. Okay. Now, when your mind and your heart becomes open, you listen. Isn't it? Like now. Because you don't have that much of a baggage. So you listen. When you listen, you don't judge. You may judge what I say later, but you are not judging now. So it is important for us not to be weighed down by the notion of right and wrong. Because right and wrong are extremes of thoughts. Okay? Imagine if you are God, or imagine if you are Buddha. Why Buddha got long ears? Everybody go to pray the Buddha or Kuan Yin and say, this person very mad, this fellow say this thing and that, Correct? So, and then the person who is supposedly the bad person goes back to the same temple, that person say, I'm this, So that's why Kuan Yin and Buddha got long ears. Okay? They get enough of listening to people's blabber. So, for us, we must maintain the deep sense of being neutral, because that is very important. Not to be affected by the extremes, of emotions. That is very important, not to be affected by the extremes of emotions. Now, when you are not affected by the extremes of emotion, you automatically will not judge. When you do not judge, you do not have baggage. When you do not have baggage, emotional baggage or intellectual baggage, you will not have so much of a heartache of having what to do, what is right, what is wrong, what to do, and stuff like that. Okay? So the first step of wanting to know how to let go is to first forgive yourself. Forgive yourself of all the rights and the wrongs. Okay? The most difficult people to forgive themselves, I guess, are those people who are experiencing or undergoing or have already gone through a divorce. Okay? And then that's very difficult. They start to get so difficult about it is right, it is wrong, what if I've done this, what if I didn't do this, what if this, what is that, But ask yourself, those of you who have been divorced, When you've gone through it, do you think whether there was truly such a thing about who was right and who was wrong? Okay? And also in life, when I'm sure most of us, the older you are, the richer you have in experience. Do you have then a deep sense of what is right and what is wrong? So the first thing, like I said, you must learn to is to forgive yourself. Number two, you have to love yourself. We do not love ourselves most of the time. And therefore what do? When we are upset, we get angry, eat! I'm sad! Okay, and I'm sad, and then after you finish sad, I'm sad again, eat! That's why I got fat. Yeah. And I got fat when I was young because I love eating. It had nothing to do with that. But anyway, if any of you like to buy me lunch and dinner, I'm free anytime. Okay? So, love yourself. Love yourself enough to not torture yourself. So it is alright to go and enjoy your spa, watch movie, right? Go and have a nice dinner. Go and hee hee ha ha. Chinese New Year, it's okay to have drinks and gamble a bit and laugh it off and stuff like that. It's okay. Love yourself. Do something that you enjoy. There are people like me, what I enjoy is Chinese calligraphy. But I don't have the time to do that very much these days. Okay? I enjoy that. In my own time, own time, own target. After I write some words, I start drawing pig faces. And in my own mind, I start drawing pig faces. I think about all the funny people that are in my mind, and I start giving them names. And then I laugh it off, then I crumple everything and throw away before anybody comes. Yeah. So you have to do something that you enjoy. That is called loving yourself, your body, your speech, your body and your mind. I think these days there's a lot of talk about body and soul and stuff like that. Okay, you can follow that, no problem. Eat healthily, go and exercise. I'm diabetic. So do I love myself? I do, by eating sweets. Okay, why? Many people think, many bodies think, yes, it's correct, Many bodies think that being diabetic, I cannot eat chocolates and sweets. Okay, but I cannot eat so much of it. Some. Taste it. Because it's okay to have some. Like you. Okay? Some people like to indulge in something. I'm sure you have your own indulgence, isn't it? For example, I have seen people who cannot, because of their earlier beliefs or whatever, they don't eat certain kinds of meat. They cannot even, they cannot have enjoy a glass of wine. Or some people being so strict in their earlier religious beliefs, they cannot even talk about or joke about sex. No dirty jokes. Their mind becomes very tight and everything. You've not seen people like that. I have. And they're having problem adapting to the modern society. Why? There are so many. They complain to me, Lama, how can we accept that the world having so much bra and panty advertisements, kissing on the television programs? It's funny for us. But there are people who think that these are not right. You can only show this much of skin, and everything else must be covered, prim and proper. But deep down inside, I told them, actually you like, right? I told you, because I'm a very wicked Lama. People come this way to me, like this, they go, okay, because I like crazy wisdom, because I'm crazy. Okay? I always ask them, you like. That is why you say it is not good. Why? Because you want to maintain a strong sense of what is right, what is wrong, how things are supposed to be. These preconceptions and these ideas are what is killing you. Okay? We are only going to be happy if we start to let go of our preconceived ideas. If we cannot let go of our preconceived ideas, we cannot develop. Okay? Like, if you cannot let go of the idea that food can only be taken away in a tiffin, you will never go to a hawker center. Hawker center, tapao something in a plastic container. Isn't it? You know what's a tiffin? Most people cannot remember these days. Okay? Simple as that. If you cannot accept the fact that things can be frozen, that things are going to change, you will always live in the past. Living in the past is haunting. Okay? We should not, must not, and cannot allow ourselves to always live in the past. Sometimes, just to think out of the box, think back, reminisce, it's okay. But don't go keep on living in the past. Last time policemen wear shorts, last time they do like that, last time, you know. Do you know people like that? Your grandmother, isn't it? My grandmother's like that too. I live with a 93, 94-year-old grandmother, I know. You know, last time this, last time that. I tell my grandmother, enough your last time, your life now. You know, if I say last time, you go and tell grandfather, that the ancestral talent, you go and tell him, complain to him last time. I'm very mean to my grandmother. I'm just being very direct. I say the reason none of your children want to stay with you because you are last time grandmother. Okay? So this last time nonsense, out of the window. Okay? I have to do that, you have to do that. We have to throw our past out of the window. But before throwing it out the window, the very important thing is, like just now what I told you, we were talking about the emotional things. Okay, what the saddest part of our childhood, difficult part. Before you throw that out the window, you have to do something first, very important. Learn from the mistake. Learn from the experience. Most of us do not learn from the experience, so therefore we are still stuck. And when we are still stuck, till the day we die, you hold on to it, you know. I was just telling Norman that I have one cousin who was, when we were young, we lived in a village, so he was like 7, 8 years older than me. And then what happened was when we were young, a group of us would go and play in the backyard, okay, amongst the coconut trees, right? And he would catch the rooster. The rooster belonged to somebody. And what he would do, he would pluck out the feathers of the rooster. Okay? And because it was fun, you know what he did to it? He applied Scotch tape, okay, to it, a newspaper, and put around the head, Red Indian. Okay? Red Indian. That the chicken made so much noise, and everybody didn't like him, and everybody was like, you know, very irritated with my cousin. One day, they caught my cousin and beat him up. After that experience, he blamed Americans for it, for showing Red Indian movies. Hey, but he really meant it, you know. Now we find it funny. I find it funny. At that time I was laughing, I was giggling away, but because, you know, he was my elder cousin, I was just like, yeah, you know. And he blamed the Americans. He didn't like Caucasian people. He didn't like America after that. He didn't like Red Indians because he thought that it was all because of them that this thing happened to him. Okay? It's not so you fun.
Yes.
Okay? Right. So he didn't like red Indians, and he didn't like chickens, and he stopped eating chicken. Okay, until a few months ago we met up. And then we talked about it, and then now he's slowly releasing it. He says that now he has become very chicken. Okay, and he's beginning to understand. I said, what do you learn from it? You're causing suffering. Because nobody introduced the idea of what he did, but everybody just cursed that he was a naughty boy, he was evil, he was, doing something that is not right, and everybody was just criticizing him. So in his mind, he shut up. It became a time capsule in his heart and mind. That time capsule caused him to suffer because it is still in there. How you can release your own time capsule is going back to it, looking at it, okay, learning from it. You have experienced it just now. All of your mood went down, like a flaccid balloon, right? Everything flat. Everybody's mood went down. You learn from it. You think about it, why it happened the way it happened. Whose fault was it really? Most of the time, actually, is yourself. Truly. We created the trouble. Isn't it? Unless it's something, maybe a sad experience, my grandma died, but after that, these things don't really hang on to you that much, It must be something that you have gotten into trouble. Right? I'm sure you all have gotten into trouble when you were a child, isn't it? No? Are you sleepy? After lunch it's beginning 7. Actually the aircon is not working, isn't it? It's like quite hot, yeah. I feel a little bit hot. So anyway, I read this sheet of paper. Okay? So you have to love yourself, you have to forgive yourself, and you have to go back to that time in your mind. Okay? And learn from it and close it. How do you close it? Send love to the situation. Send them off one by one. Go back. Okay? And then they will start to disappear from your mind. How you want to do it? It's up to you. In Buddhism, in Tibetan Buddhism, we have our methods. Okay? If you like to know that method, I will teach you only in the temple, not here. Okay? But if you want to do it your own way. What you can do, send love. Send a lot of love. Send a lot of happy energy. Forgive yourself. Forgive the others for beating you up, for scolding you. Most of the time, Asian kids get bashed up. Don't you agree? How many of you were never beaten when you were young? Wow, we were all subject of child abuse. We have all been abused as children, isn't it? Okay, so since all of us have been abused, all of us have gone through difficult times. So we have to go back, send love, learn from it, forgive them, okay, and allow the memory to slide off, fade away, and automatically it goes out of the window. Okay? I'm not saying, you must remember, before you throw the past out of the window, learn from it. Because most of us, if you don't do that, you will mature without being nurtured. Okay, we must mature and nurture at the same time. If not, we will just mature without being nurtured. There are some cranky old people that, or some, what did they say? Hokkien is a term, cook not right. Subway say, isn't it? Yeah, some childish adults, or something like that, isn't it? Right? Some cook not right, direct translation. I told you my English is terrible. Okay? So, so once we are able to let it go, okay, and we learn from it, we are able to let it go, somehow or other, without you knowing, after some months, after some time, when your friends see you again, you may not notice it, or you may notice it, you'll begin to change. You'll begin to evolve like Pokemons. Okay, you begin to evolve. Your spirituality begins to evolve. Okay, many people think spirituality is 两经拜佛假借, you know, pray, okay, chant and pray, dress in black, take incense and pray, what is it? Amitavud. Yeah. Asian spirituality equates to that. No, it's not. It's just that in the past, Asian masters like to keep things secret. Why? If you have a sense of secrecy, you're always a master. Isn't it? Right? Westerners, on the other hand, they are better. They have something, they share. Not all, some, but in general culture, they share. Better than us. The Chinese invented ice cream, gunpowder, refrigerators. You know? Chinese invented refrigeration. Seismograph. You know that? You know what's a seismograph? You don't even know.